My name is Brian Bandas. I'm building a real estate development company. I'm becoming a better father, a better husband, a better entrepreneur, and a better man every single day. Let's get it. You know why it's so crucial to have like the right people around you? Like networking is it's a dirty word, right? Like networking, it basically sounds like you're going out and you're trying to like meet people to use them. I know that's a dirty word, but for me, as the relationships that I have with people whose interests and character traits and goals and values, as those relationships have grown and expanded in my life, it has like had a direct effect on my business and how it has grown. So what it hasn't necessarily done is immediately meant like, oh, these people will partner or lend me money or, introduce me to so-and-so. And that happens now and then, but more than anything, let me wait till I get past this blower. All right, blower's at least mostly gone. So what that has done more than anything is exposed me to the thinking and the mindset of these people that, maybe are a little further down the road than I am, these people that I want to learn from. I'll give you two examples. One, a couple days ago, a buddy of mine who's got a very healthy mortgage company of his own, he posted something about how his goals were expanding. And this is a guy who I'm already like, man, your goals are already like huge. I mean, what you've already done is where I'd like to be. And yet here he is basically going, I'm not thinking big enough. Here's what I think is possible. And so immediately I read that and I'm like, okay, if he thinks he can be sort of thinking bigger and dreaming bigger, then I probably can too. Secondly, yesterday I sat in the office of a guy who, same thing. He's a little further down the road in terms of really building a business, et cetera, than I am. We talked about something specific to my business that I have thought about for several years. That's the idea of putting a fund together, putting a general fund together that I allow people to, invest in or buy into. Sort of took it away from the like, maybe I do that someday, maybe not, and getting more specific into like, okay, if I did that right now, how would I do it? So we started to talk in detail about how would we structure it. I started saying, here's the Where is he? What's up, dude? It's my little boy. We started talking in detail about, what if we went ahead and just did this thing? What are the problems and what would we do? And every problem I came up with, it wasn't like, hey, here's a problem and therefore we can't do it. It was just like, well, here's a concern. If we did it, what do we do about that? I'm just sitting here with this guy who has more experience and he has a different perspective. And I think part of it is just the fact that it's not his company. So fear isn't like directing his thoughts. And so he's able to just look at it really objectively. And now, sure enough, I have this really clear path in front of me to put together this fund that would really allow me to expand and sort of take my stuff to the next level. It would give me a lot of flexibility. And the truth is, this thing that I was sort of afraid of and nervous about, it actually solves several problems for me as the business owner and solves some problems for my investor partners. So, man, for me, it just, the takeaway was like, I've got to continue to surround myself with these kinds of people who can help me to expand my thinking and continue to invest in and build those relationships. And I mean, I told you guys in another video about the conversation I had with my buddy Mike at Cracker Barrel, and he's the one who basically said, like, why the hell are you not starting your company right now, right? And I did immediately, basically had this conversation and had my first development deal like within a week. Wouldn't have happened if I hadn't had that conversation with the right guy who basically expanded my mindset. And so surround yourself with those people. It absolutely matters who you're putting around you and who you're talking to, who you're learning from, and who you're observing. And so for me, the message isn't cut out everybody who's not building a business, but it is bring in people and put yourself around people who are going to help you expand your thinking and challenge the limitations that you're putting on what you can or can't do. For me, the things that I'm starting to talk about doing, and even the things I'm already doing now, but especially the things that I foresee if what I'm sharing about my journey building a company and trying to become the best version of myself, if this has been helpful, then hook a brother up, give me a little bit of that, and maybe one of those, maybe one of those. Guys, look at those freaking leaves. We've already raked twice. Don't worry, all those are coming down too. Full of love.